Blog Talk Radio.
Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio.
Peace, everybody. This is our King L with Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Before I get into what I want to talk about this evening, I want to do a mic check. Can someone just hit me up in the chat or text message and let me know if you can hear me clearly? All right, nobody's saying anything. Let me switch over. Oh, y'all can hear me. Great. I love it. All right, good. That was quick. All right. Once again, you're listening to Hindsight Radio. This is Truth Tuesday show. And today, or this evening, I'm going to give y'all some truths. Some of it's going to be hard to take. Some of you who are of the higher consciousness or the higher mind or of the Christ Messiah consciousness will understand exactly what I'm going to say today. You will hear me and you will agree. Now, those of you who have trouble accepting the realities of your life will struggle with what I'm about to say. And that's okay. Because I struggled at one time when I heard certain truths, and I didn't want to take responsibility for it, so I struggled. And we all have to go through those types of struggles to accept what is in our life. Everything we deal with, everything you see manifesting right in front of your eyes with the COVID-19, coronavirus, government shut down. Well, the government's not shut down because they're issuing executive orders all over. They're shutting you down from being able to make a living, whether if you had your own business or you work for someone. You know, some of you cannot go to work. And in some places, they have issued a stay-at-home order. You can only go out to do essential needs, go grocery shopping. You can go out for walks, but you have to remain 6 feet apart. Those types of things. And where I am, they have issued an order in my county that's going to start on Thursday. Well, yesterday they shut up all barbershops and beauty salons. Is going to have to be closed down as of tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. Which as you know, that's going to hurt a lot of our melanated brothers and sisters in their businesses. Because most of the salons out there are ours. We have the most salons in the country and beauty and barbershops. That is the one business we can go to and make a decent living for ourselves without having to jump through a lot of hoops to obtain a license. Even I remember when I started out barbering back in 1995, it was very easy to go through the process. I went through 9 months of education, got my license, did an apprenticeship for 1 year. Then after that, I was a registered barber. Now, barbers gotta, you still got the 9 months of teaching, but they gotta learn how to do roller sets and, perms and to be a barber. Something a barber never does. Most of the teaching anyway, when they're teaching about cutting hair, is about cutting Caucasians hair in the books. I think that's a matter that needs to be addressed at some time. A suit needs to be filed. That just gave me an idea, but I don't want to get off the subject. Then on Thursday, the stay-at-home order is going to be in place, meaning, essential needs. Before we had an option, you can go just, self-contained, but now it's a stay-at-home order, meaning if you violate those orders, they could, arrest you, write tickets, or they can stop you and question you. Basically, essentially taking your freedoms away on the sake of this virus. And I won't go into the whole, what I think about the virus. That's not the purpose of this talk. The purpose of this talk is we have been presented with an extraordinary situation. And with every extraordinary situation, there is extraordinary opportunities, for us. Now, you have a choice. You can sit back home and worry about where your next dollar is going to come from, where your next meal is going to come from, or you can put in your mind that you will not go hungry. You will not go broke. You can write these things down in your books, your affirmations. I've been talking about this stuff for a straight year. Basically, unknowingly, I was preparing all of your minds for this very event. Through Reverend Ike's teaching, through me expounding on Reverend Ike's teaching, this is it. We are here. Lights, camera, action. This is the time to see who, or it will reveal who was really taking what I was saying seriously. That it is your mind that creates these situations. And right now, it is the world mind that has created this pandemic, this stay-at-home orders. Oh no, Akeem, I didn't create the pandemic. No, Akeem, I didn't make myself stay home. Yes, you did. That's reality. Let's start with the pandemic. Over the last at least 10 years, they've been creating movies just about this situation. Getting your mind ready to accept it. Oh, Akeem, that's just a movie. No, they know the power of the mind. That's why TV is a very powerful tool in the powers that be mode of operation. They need media. They need television. They need to give you images so you can help promote what they want. They got movies like Contagion, Outbreak. That was some years ago. That was with Morgan Freeman and Dustin Hoffman and Cuba Gooding Jr. Contagion, Containment, and many more shows. They have prepared the world mind to want to watch these type of movies and create these things. And now all they had to do was give you COVID-19, and everybody is up in arms about it. Wow, I'm getting close. Oh, this movie is exactly about that. Well, you don't have to tell me. I already knew that. I appreciate you sharing it with me. I knew what they were doing. They were preparing us, getting you ready to promote their agenda. And if you go to my YouTube channel, I did some number ciphers on COVID-19 and revealed what it came out to be. And take it a step further, I always like to keep up with the Jehovah's Witness timetable for the memorial service that they have for the death of Jesus, which this year is April 7th. It's a Tuesday, right? April 7th. And they do it right up before sundown because they try to stay in line. That's the one group of people that I have to admit, they try to do it in line with the calendar, actual calendar that they use for that symbolism. April 7th, which is in official Easter of this year is April 14th, which the president just got on the news and said he wants everything to be open and he wants everybody to be in church on that day. See, they're letting you know what they're doing. Now, one of the numbers that came out of the number cipher that I did came out to be the number 8. And the number 8 is a sign of a new age, new beginnings. Let's see, let's go. 8 meaning in the Bible. The number 8 is very significant, such that it is used 73 times in the Bible. It is a symbol of resurrection and regeneration. In Bible numerology, 8 means new beginning. It denotes a new order or creation, and man's true born again event when he is resurrected from the dead into eternal life. So here we have a pandemic that's killing folks. I believe it is to a degree, but not, I believe also that the news is sensationalizing that. So we have deaths of individuals, mostly older folks. And then now we're coming up on a resurrection. Sounds more like we're in the midst of a one big ritual right now. Now, I said this is a time for extraordinary opportunities. So the opportunity is recognize these symbols and get your mind and your consciousness in line with what's going on. And understand that the government is doing what they're supposed to do when it comes to the Bible. They're acting out these rituals to make their agenda successful. And they're using you to do it because you lack the knowledge and the foresight to understand what is actually going on. But you don't have to participate with their rituals. All you have to do is go to the Bible, your Quran, your Torah, whatever it is you believe in, because every one of those religious organizations I mentioned or religious schools of thoughts have a ritual for this time of year. The Jews call it Passover. But when Christ came and he died or he sacrificed, that did away with for the Christians in their school of thought, that did away with the need for a Passover. Remember, the Passover was about sacrificing the lamb and putting the blood on the doorpost so that the destroyer doesn't come into your home and take your firstborn. And not only was the firstborn taken of humans, it was taken of the cattle as well. These are heavy connections. Now, some of you might not agree with me. I don't know. But you have to say that most of us in our lifetime have never seen anything like this. This is all new, right? So, what do you do in a situation like this? How do you not get caught up in the fear mongering that most people are doing, get caught up with not knowing what to expect? Now, I did this in a YouTube video, and I'm going to reiterate it right now. I'm going to read this, Psalms 23, chapter 23. The whole chapter is really good for this time. Right? But before I read that, I want to go back to what I played Reverend Ike. I didn't even know what that recording was going to. I've listened to that recording, but I didn't even know what it was going to talk about. But it talked about things that we're dealing with, about working, jobs. What is it that really gave you the job? Thought process, your thinking. And before I read this, I'm going to say this. Everyone, without a shadow of a doubt, who is not working right now, due to no fault of their own, in some way, some form, you did not want to work that job. You asked for that. And you got it. That's why you have to be careful what you say out of your mouth, what you're saying. Yes, you want to be able to work for yourself and get rid of these corporate entities being in charge of your life, but you have to say it with responsibility. Yes, I want to go into prosperity for working for myself while I transition from the job that I am. I still need to bring money in. You understand? So the world mind got what it wanted. Most people hated their job, hated their boss, hated the people that they work with. When they got up, it was a burden to get up and get dressed and put on their clothes and go to work. Now, in the most extraordinary circumstance, it wasn't the job that let you go. It was the government who told the job to let you go, send you home. All because of a virus. A simple virus. That with the proper sanitary techniques and with the proper if you were healthy and strong, this is why it's important to take care of your body. Because when stuff like that come, you can fight it off with no problem. See, the people that's not fighting it off are the people that have the weak immune system. The people that trust in the god of pharmaceuticals, who already had health issues and taking a whole bunch of medications and stuff like that. So, in my opinion, it ain't the coronavirus killing people. They just set their bodies up as a living sacrifice for the coronavirus to take them out when it came. The opportunity was there. Their body conditions was ripe for that. Because we believe, not we, let me change that. Some of us believe in the God of medicine, the medical industrial complex. That's who we believe in. I got to go see the doctor, see if he get it. No one ever stops and says, what does God say about this? You can go to many books and they showed you what to eat and how to remedy things. Even for upset stomach in the Bible, wine was given for upset stomach. A little wine. And I was reading where they offered Jesus wine while he was being sacrificed, and he took it, but when he tasted what was in it, he refused it. So what that means is he was okay with drinking wine, but he wasn't okay with what was in it because they put gall in there. What is gall? Well, that's a good question. What is gall? And in the coming weeks, I'm going to break that down. Gall in the Bible. What is that? The New Testament gall is mentioned in only 2 verses. In Acts, the Greek gall is a translated bitterness, while in Matthew 2:34 it is translated gall. According to New Testament account, it might have a narcotic effect. We can also assume that it is a plant familiar to the readers of the original text. So they're trying to insinuate it was some type of drug they were trying to give them. Matthew's 2:34. What was that? That's not right. That's why you have to. There is no 2:34. Let me find something else because that. Well, anyway, 27:34. It was a typo. That's why you always got to double check stuff. I knew that was kind of early for that account. So let's go to 27:34. 34. All right. Jesus said to him, no. Chapter 27. Am I in the right? Okay, am I in the right one? All right. They offered him wine to drink mixed with gall, but when he tasted it, he would not drink it. So he tasted it. He was going to drink it. So where these priests getting from, these religious scholars that say it's not appropriate to drink wine, I just showed you right here in the Bible that Jesus took a sip. But when he realized what was in it, he refused it. This is how what the Bible talks about all of these false teachers, false prophets, giving you all kind of things that you shouldn't do. And the Bible doesn't even support what they're saying. So let me get back to what I was saying. Your mind, your God consciousness was tired of the way things were working in this world. Most of you people who listen to my station is only here because the government did something to push you towards me. Because whether it be taxes, some unfair court cases. So right now they're shut down. So what is this? This is an opportunity for you to be home and reflect on your next move. Write your affirmations. You got time now. You can't say you don't have time. I talk to people all the time. Oh, I got this too. I got. And I tell them, listen, if you want to solve your problem, stop. Slow down before you make another move. First of all, go to the higher power, God, and connect to the power, to the God in you to get your answers. I always say that to people. But very few people even take me seriously when I say that. Because their mind, their ego can't see past their circumstances. So they can't see past that, and they can't sit down long enough to say, oh, wait a minute, let me figure this out through another way. Let the truth of me give me the answers. Because everybody out there has an answer for themselves. It's in you. It was already built there. The problem is you're not looking inside. You're looking outside for someone like me or someone else to give you answers. Some people are dedicated to what I say. And some even put me in the position of a God over them. And what I mean by that, you'll call me for every little thing. Akeem, what's this? What's that? Instead of stopping and thinking for yourself. A lot of the questions you ask me, you can figure it out yourself. There is no one that I call and ask any questions. Physically. Now, I do ask questions. What I mean is, when I'm studying, I'm trying to get the word, guess where I go to? The source. I'm not going to go outside the source. I'm not going to go to another pastor or anything. No, I need to go to him. I go to the source, where it all started. And then I might conversate with people about the revelations that I got. And a lot of times that turned out to be disappointing, because when you start talking about these revelations, these secret teachings that are given to you in your private time, they don't understand it, and they even try to throw shade on it. So you feel like, why did I even talk to this person? Because you wasn't. It was your secret message. It was your secret time. He that knows it tells it not. He that tells it knows it not. So you must, when you get these understandings, keep them to yourself for a time. Absorb them. Get it in you. Now, I teach about 10% of what is revealed to me for several reasons. One, I know everybody's not knowing where I'm coming from. So I don't put myself in the position of being aggravated on trying to explain myself to people who will never get it. Secondly, the wolves, the vipers, the liars, and the thieves are out there trying to take the information and switch it up to mislead. So that's another reason. That's where, back in Revelations, where he had to eat that word and became sweet, and then it was bitter. Why? It's bitter because it's churning. I want to share stuff with y'all, but I can't. Not at this time. In due time. Now, Psalms 23. This is a hard time. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we have to deal with. We're in a position where we have no choice. They're doing what they're doing, but you have a choice in how you perceive and how you handle this situation. You have a choice. You've asked the universal God to give you another way of living a prosperous life. So what do? He shut the whole damn system down. You think men are doing this on their own? No, they're not. God is still in control. He is controlling them, putting it in their mind to make these choices. Of course, they're going to take the credit. Me, No, this is all by design. There's no mistake that this is all happening in the coming of a new age, right? Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. What does that mean? What is this Lord I'm talking about? I'm talking about the metaphysical Lord, the Lord of your mind, the mind that controls the consciousness that you are supposed to use to control everything else, how you see things, how you interpret them, how you react. You have to have Lord over your consciousness right now. You have to have control. Do not allow the fear to come in. And when you have control, you shall not want. All right? Now, yes, the mastermind, God, is in control as well, working through you. But remember, we are all sons of and daughters of God. So therefore, we are God. Right? He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in right paths for his name's sake. See, if you are truly connected to the source, the truth of you, you will always walk the right path. When you get off the right path, it's because you're thinking with the carnal mind, the physical mind. All right? Even though I walk through the darkest valley, and right now, as I did in my video, we are in a dark valley. Why is it dark? Because we don't know what's next. We don't know what the powers that be are about to do. Or let me change that up. You're worrying about what their next move is going to be. I'm telling you, stop worrying about their next move, and you concentrate on your next move. Stop watching that news and all of these reports about how many people died and this, that, and the other. Stop it. And concentrate on the only news, and that is the good news, that you have an opportunity to prosper in these times. Because through all of the hard times, if you study the Bible or any other religious schools of thoughts, people who relied on the higher power always came through. This is your time. I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. So what is the enemy? Right now, the enemy is lack of money, lack of food. Because, you don't know if you're going to be able to buy stuff. So far, it's been okay. You still can buy food and stuff. Some things are short. It's like paper products, like toilet tissue. But for the most part, we have been able to do that. But who knows what this is going to bring. But if this here is saying, don't worry, don't have fear. Know that everything is under control. And you're writing affirmations that your household won't suffer. You will be okay. All right? You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. So it's saying your cup will overflow. And what did you say? You anoint my head with oil? The oil of what? Of higher consciousness, higher thinking. Always putting your mind in the position that your situation is going to be okay. Knowing that it's okay. Not just saying it, but knowing it and not having a doubt about it. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long. So yes, you must dwell in the house, the higher consciousness, the Christ consciousness. The whole story of Christ was to show you how to elevate your consciousness, how not to look at the petty stuff, the things that people do to distract you, to make you angry, to cause you to judge. Don't get distracted. All right? Remember, I'm not saying that, it's in a vicious way that we all ask for this. I've been saying that. I hope things change. Things have changed now. They really have. We're seeing it, and we should be thankful. Now, some of you who have jobs and working at home, be thankful that you have that job, because some people don't have it. And those that don't have jobs, still be thankful. When you give thanks, that's when good things come to you. When you give out that goodwill, that good vibration, nothing but good will come to you. You will be taken care of. I will tell you, I know all of this with all certainty, that everything will be okay. And I'll tell you this, and then I will move on to the next subject. Years ago, I lost my job at Walmart. I had the what you call get fired on my day off. The whole Friday that happened to me. Right? Had a I had two boys already, one on his way. Wife was pregnant, like 8 months pregnant. Um, Now I have no job. I won't go into all the little details of it all. Had no job, nothing, no more money coming in. So I've been there. Went down to the unemployment. They wouldn't give me unemployment for 10 weeks because I got fired. That was the penalty, right? Now, what do I do? Now, that was a trying time for me. I didn't realize that I was exercising mind science then until now. Because at that point, I didn't allow the fact that I have a job put me in fear. The fact that I couldn't pay my rent put me in fear. But somehow, I made it through. So, I told this story before, but some of you haven't heard it. So, there was a barbering school that I wanted to go to. A year earlier, me and my brother went there, sat there for almost 30, 40, between 30 minutes and an hour, waiting on the owner of the school to talk to me about going to the school. Had us just sitting there. Everybody just wait right there. He never came and talked to us. He took his time. And I remember him because he looked in the room and he just kept walking. And so fast forward a year later, after I lost my job, to clear my head, I went and played some basketball with some friends from the Jehovah's Witness church. They call it a Kingdom Hall. And after we played basketball, we came back to my place, and I told him what was going on. Hey, I went to this school, and man, he didn't even talk to us. He said, "Oh yeah, I go to that school now. I know Mr. T. I'll introduce you to him." So he introduced me to him. I told him my story. Hey, I don't have any money to pay for this. I'm out of a job, but I can pay you when I start getting my unemployment. And at this time, I probably had another 8 weeks to go. And he looked at me and said, "Yo, what do you do? What kind of work have you done?" I said, "Well, I used to work at the World Trade Center. I was a commodities broker's clerk. I clearing clerk. I made sure." He said, "What is that?" I was like, "Well, I made sure everybody trades was in the right account. If they weren't, I was basically the police for Payne Weber to make sure every account was straight. And if it wasn't straight, I had to make sure it got straight. And I had deadlines to meet because if I didn't, that would cause these accounts to be off sometimes by millions of dollars by not having a trade, or if a trade was there that wasn't supposed to be there. So that's how crucial my job was. He said, "Okay, well, it seems like you got management skills." So I said, "Somewhat, He said, "Well, I'm going to let you run my school, and I'm going to give you a free education. I'll give you a scholarship." See how things worked out? Now, I had no money. My wife couldn't work because maternity issues, my son Javon was sitting on the wrong side and caused a lot of pain. So the doctor put her on her bed rest. No, not a dime coming in, nothing, $0. So I'm not speaking to you guys like I don't know what that's like. It had no real family that could give me money to help me pay my bills. My parents didn't have enough money themselves to pay their bills at that time. So, but somehow when I look back at that situation, I don't even remember how we paid the lights, how we paid the water. I remember a couple of times going up to the light company, begging them to keep the lights on. I remember the water company going there begging in this. I remember this. Because a woman who was of my ethnic background was very nasty to me, all because I needed help with my water bill. And I was a man, so I went to these places and sought assistance. I didn't send my wife. Now, maybe if I sent her, she'd have got this, she wouldn't have got a tough time. She would have got an easier time than I would. They always looked at a man like he was a bum because he was asking for help. So, dude, brothers and sisters, I've been there. I've been down this road where it had nothing and no money coming in for at least 2 to 3 months. So when I speak these truths to you, it's not because I'm coming from a position of no experience. I do pride myself on teaching you guys from my own experiences. So he gave me that free education. I took advantage of that education. In 9 months, I was finished with school, more like 8.5. And in 3 months after I finished school, or less than 3 months, I had my own barbershop. In a year's time, basically. I had my own. That was for my father. He helped us open out a barbershop, my first one. And so in every extraordinary situation, there is an extraordinary opportunity. If I had never got fired from Walmart, because I was actually going on to loss prevention with that company, and this is why that manager fired me. He didn't want me to take that position. I basically would have self-regulated my hours. It was more money. I was moving up pretty fast with the Walmart organization. And I got fired where to this day, I could never go back and work for another Walmart again. And I'm thankful that that is the case. See, every storm, there is good that comes from it. Because from that, own my own barbershop, from having that barbershop, I can keep going on. There's more stories. When business wasn't doing well with the shop, I had to create other opportunities. That's how I got into satellite, selling satellite dishes, DirecTV. That took me into cable, Time Warner Cable, Comcast. Ended up being a project manager for a contract out in the north region of Atlanta, where I controlled the whole North Division, which ended up giving me a contract to take over a whole town of Ackworth, Georgia, when they were switching from their local cable company over to Comcast. I had to take over that, where we were making, at that time, $13,000 to $14,000 a week, switching people over. Each one of my guys was making that kind of money, and I was the boss, so I was making more because I got some of what they were getting. So I was probably making about $20,000 a week for a good 2 months straight. But why did that happen to me? Why did I lose the job? Because I hated Walmart. I only was working at Walmart because that's all I could get. There was no job to work as a clearing clerk in South Carolina, coming from New York. But I hated that job. I hated getting up. We had one car. We had different hours, so I had to go to work 5 a.m. I started out as a stocker. Once I finished work, I had to go home, get my wife, take her to work so I could watch my son. Because she was, she wasn't pregnant at the time. I think I worked for Walmart about 2 years. So my son Xavier, the one that's been on the radio, while she worked, because she worked the later shift, I had to go back home. And that was a 45-minute drive each way. That's what I was doing. So when I hear you brothers talking about the little BS y'all go through with your babies' mamas, y'all talking to a man. And when I'm looking at you and I hear the complaints that you have, I said, you guys don't have no idea what it's like. Y'all know, I've told y'all just a 10% of the stuff I've done or been through. One car, couldn't afford nothing else. One little 1987 Toyota Camry with the bumper hanging off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I did what I had to do to make it happen. But then somewhere along the line, I realized I had to change my thinking if I had needed more. So I noticed mind science works. Because now the government is not making me do anything different. I'm already doing what they stay at home. Yeah, Camrys do run forever. They do. I ended up giving that car to my brother. He didn't even appreciate it. But yeah, one car, back and forth. Drop off, I go to work, come home, drop her off, and I go back. And then I had to pick her up at the end of her shift. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And that was an everyday thing, doing about over 100 miles a day on that car. So listen, I know struggle. I know what it looks like. And most of the struggle that I had was my own thinking. I thought it was hard, so therefore my life was hard. I hated Walmart, therefore they let me go in the most unusual way. Never in a million years. But that sets the stage for who I am right now. So I'm thankful for every experience, whether it was a hard one or a good one. I'm thankful for that because I'm now today able to share those stories with you to show you that this is just a blip towards your success. This is just a blip. This little thing we're going through, to me, it's small. It's a small thing. It's a process. I know some of you like, it's not. I didn't save any money. I don't know. I don't have enough food in my house. That brings me to my idea. Listen, people, now y'all close knit. Y'all can start working together, so no one should be going hungry in your neighborhoods. This is the time for us to start really learning how to work with each other. You got beef with your neighbor, go straighten that out if you can. This is the time. They're making us stay at home. This is the time to turn it into a better opportunity. This is the time to stop. Now, I've been saying, stop giving your money to these businesses that don't appreciate you. Now, what? We got down. What's going to happen? They're shutting them down. I know some of them are still open for delivery. Bump that. Cook at home. Y'all start getting together in your neighborhoods and start cooking meals together, whatever. You know, this event is definitely going to be a resurrection of consciousness. Some people are going to stay stuck in the old consciousness and want to be on the government's titty. And I had people ask me, first thing they ask me, oh, they check this and they check that, check that. I'm like, y'all don't see the distraction in that check. That's to get you to keep depending on them. This is the separation of the conscious and the unconscious, the truly conscious, not the ones that have been professing it that I've been dealing with over the last couple of years, the lying consciousness ones, the ones that, what I say, they unconscious. I'm talking about coming Christ-like, realizing he didn't have to defend himself to Pontius Pilate. And that's why he said, I find no guilt in this man. He left it up to them to do it. It's your time now to make this what you want it to be. Like right now, they're talking April 21st, where I am. Some places, schools not opening up to May 15th. This is the time. All of you, we were complaining about how the schools were trash. Now they can't go to school. Now you can teach your kids at home. Yes, some of them have online virtual schools, but you can control it now. You have a lot to say. What you going to do? Or you was just talking then. You see what I'm saying? Now, someone said, Mom wanted me to file unemployment. I'm not against you filing for unemployment. Get that bread. It's okay. Unemployment, you could be a national and collect unemployment. I'm not against that. Go get it. Now, if you feel from a pride or a standard, what I'm talking about is that stimulus check that they're trying to give out. And when they created that bill, it had a lot of other stuff going on in that bill, which I read to you guys today. But before I go into that, somebody sent me an email about corporation souls, trust, and POA. So let me pull the email up. So I want to answer that question before I forget. And the question is it my position that the corp soul should not be registered to do business in the public? Okay, see, that was a misunderstanding on his part. And I appreciate the brother sending me. I've been getting emails from this brother for probably 2015. And honestly, when I first got these emails, I didn't understand the structure of his emails, and he put 19 after everything. Coincidentally, it says COVID-19 is what we're dealing with. But over the years, I grew appreciation for the brother. He's really on point with a lot of stuff. And we build through emails, never talked to him physically. But when I talked about not registering, I was specifically talking about the trust. You do not want to register your private trust because it will become a U.S. person. But I also said that you must create something that's on par with what they're doing so that it can properly do what? Issue promissory notes, create bonds. These are all the things you need to even do discharge, right? That's a couple of things. That's one of the couple of things you need, amongst a whole host of things without me letting the cat out of the bag. So a corporation soul must be registered, or it must give notice to the Secretary of State that it is doing business in that jurisdiction. Doesn't necessarily make it a U.S. person if it's structured as a church. That's why true churches are registered as corporation souls. You see, the rules allow for you to set that entity up properly, then have a trust be the shareholder. Of that corporation soul. That is a ecclesiastical religious trust. So basically, yes, corp souls, that has to be put on a record. But you don't have to put your trust on a record like some are teaching, because that's a private contract between the settlor or the grantor, the trustee, and the beneficiaries. And the beneficiaries don't really know the terms of the contract. All they know that they are beneficiaries. The trustee does. So that's a private. So when I'm talking about registering, you don't want to register your trust to make it a U.S. person. That's why in all of the probate codes, the trust codes, they always give you a definition of state and tell you what it is, showing you that it is the United States. So, all right. I hope I answered that clearly. On to the next thing. I want to read to you guys this bill that they're presenting. Because whenever they create a bill, they throw a lot of fluff in there. So this is an opportunity for them to change up the system. And in this bill, I'm going to show you that they're changing it up. It ain't all about this corona. It's more about resetting the system. See, they're doing a resurrection because they know the old system was failing and it has to die. So they got to create a new system. This is why they're doing it. See, they're doing this on a corporate level. Now, you need to create your new system on a spiritual level. So, but if you can, by the time all this open, you have your trust ready, everything. So we're going to be going in. I'm going to send an email out this Sunday. We're going to have our first meeting, private members. We'll have our first meeting and get y'all rolling on that. But, all right. But before I do that, let me take a short break, organize myself. Once I go over this package that they're putting together, I'll take questions, and last question I'll be getting off. So if you got questions, comments, press that one. and I will be right back. We'll take a short break.
Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio. This is Hindsight Radio. I represent it. The information station changing the nation.
All right. I'm back. Okay. That's right. Michael Jackson, let me show you the way to go for the sake of this conversation. Let me show you which way they are going with this. Okay. It's the coronavirus stimulus. In the House of Representatives, a bill. It's the coronavirus stimulus package that they're putting together. So I'm going to skip down. It's a lot of reading, of course. I didn't read all of it, but I read a lot of it, enough to see what they're talking about. And they have stuff in here where they're going to protect renters for like 180 days. They can't take you to court. They're going to protect homeowners 180 days and all of that stuff. But let's go down to 12 of this. Let me put the link in the chat. I'll put that link in the chat for you. So you can see for yourself. This is not what Akeem's saying. It's what they saying. So, number one, always read definitions. Definitions. In this section, number one, digital dollar. The term digital dollar shall mean a balance expressed as a dollar value consisting of digital ledger entries that are recorded as liabilities in accounts of any Federal Reserve Bank, or B, an electronic unit of value redeemable by eligible financial institution as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. So, you already see where they're going, right? So what does a digital dollar have to do with a stimulus? Digital dollar wallet. The term digital dollar wallet shall mean a digital wallet or account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person that represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical identity. Member bank. The term member bank means a member bank of a board of governors of the Federal Reserve System. Pass-through digital dollar wallet. The term pass-through digital dollar wallet means a digital wallet or account maintained by a member bank on behalf of a qualified individual, where such qualified individual is entitled to a prorated share of a pooled reserve balance that the member bank maintains at any Federal Reserve Bank. Qualified individual defined. The term qualified individual means any individual other than any non-resident alien individual. That's important. B, emergency stimulus check implementation. So we're not going to go into all of that. That's the checks. Let's skip on down to, well, let me make sure I'm not skipping anything. Mandate, let's go down to C. Mandate for member banks to maintain pass-through digital dollar wallets. Obligations of member banks. In general, member banks are hereby directed to establish and maintain pass-through digital dollar wallets for all persons eligible to receive payments from the United States pursuant to this act who elect to deposit such payments into a pass-through digital dollar wallet. So, do y'all get the point? These stimulus checks are going to come with the added requirement for the banks to set up digital dollars or take digital dollars and to set up a wallet, much like cryptocurrency. So this is basically, to me, the setup of the buying and selling, where they could just press a button and shut off your account. Some of those recordings that I've been playing, especially one that talks about the Rockefellers, is starting to sound like it's coming true. They're going to try, this bill is set up to control digital currency. That's why you have to read these. When you hear on the news, they're just talking about these payments, and everybody, the payments. Let me get the payments. All our folks, happy. They're going to give me $1,000. We're such fools. And it gets me annoyed when I see how people just running after every dollar that these entities wave in front of us without understanding what it is you're getting involved in. The whole reason why we as a people are just so behind the curve when it comes to financial literacy, because we're always suckers for $1, chicken wings, and crab legs. Somebody said they're having a party with chicken wing and crab legs. There we will be. But we talk about want to get some knowledge. Nah, I don't want to hear about that. That's our people. That's what we're doing. This is why we're suffering. We don't need the government to do anything. We can do our own thing. The problem is we don't want to do our own thing. Responsibility of thinking for ourselves and being self-sufficient. We're so programmed to be controlled. This is why this time is so hard for a lot of people. They're so programmed to be told where to be at a certain time, when to leave, when to get off, when to go to the bathroom. Right? When you have a job, you got to get permission to go to the bathroom. You got to get permission to go to a break. They designate what time you do things. When you go to vacation, how much vacation you can take based on the salary they give you. It's called slavery. I've had people who disagree. No, it's not slavery. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it is. When somebody tells you exactly what to do at a certain time, when you can do it, when you can't do it, and if you don't do it, they can write you up and fire you. They call it bosses now. Back then, it was a master. Let me keep reading. Separate entity. B. Is back to the stimulus package. In general, each member bank shall establish and maintain a separate legal entity for the exclusive purpose of holding all assets and maintaining all liabilities associated with pass-through digital dollar wallets. So they got to create a whole other entity for this thing. 2, assets. The assets of any entity described in this paragraph shall consist exclusively of a balance maintained in the master account at a Federal Reserve Bank, and the liabilities or obligations of the entity shall consist exclusively of an equal quantity of balances maintained by holders of pass-through digital dollar wallets. 3, separate assets and liabilities. The assets and liabilities of any legal entity described in this paragraph should not be deemed assets or liabilities of the member bank or its affiliates for purposes of any capital or liquidity regulations promulgated by federal or state banking authorities. Now, I'm in the stimulus package. And here I am reading about digital dollar wallets and what they got to do to be a part of this system. Come on. I ain't even said anything about how much money y'all gonna get or whatever. I'm just reading this small section of this bill. They do talk about rents. I read those parts, what they're gonna do, the moratoriums and the waiver. They can't take you to court. They do talk about that. So I'm not gonna read that on the air. My purpose of reading this is to let you know they're trying to get rid of that cash, y'all. Them dollars. This is their next attempt of saving, because they know the American dollar's crashing, saving themselves with digital currency. And it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. Digital dollar this, digital wallets that. So there's a mandate for Federal Reserve banks to maintain digital dollar wallets. How do they do this? How do they, Let me read this mandate. A, in general, not later than January 1st, 2021, all Federal Reserve banks shall make digital dollar wallets available to all citizens and legal permanent residents of the United States and business entities for which the principal place of business is located in the United States. Terms of digital dollar wallets. Federal Reserve Bank shall ensure that digital dollar wallets established under this section may not be subject to any account fees, minimum balances, or maximum balance. Shall pay interest at the rate not below the greater of the rate of interest on required reserves and the rate of interest on excess reserves. Shall provide access to debit cards, online account access, automatic bill pay, mobile banking services, customer service, and such other services as the board determines, except the digital dollar wallet shall not include overdraft coverage. Shall provide in conjunction with the United States Postal Service access to automated teller machines to be maintained on behalf of the Board of the United States Postal Services at branch offices. E, shall be prominently branded in all account statements, marketing materials, and other communications of the Federal Reserve Bank as a Fed account, maintained by the member bank on behalf of the United States of America, may not be closed or restricted on a basis of profitability considerations, and shall provide holders with reasonable protection against losses caused by fraud or security breaches. Bank Secrecy Act. In establishing and maintaining digital dollar wallets, each Federal Reserve Bank shall comply with Section 21 of the Federal Deposit Insurance Act, 12 U.S.C. 1829B, Section 123 of Public Law 91508, Subchapter 2 of Chapter 53 of Title 31, United States Code. I think y'all get the point. All of this reading. And then the next section talks about suspension of requirements regarding tenant contribution towards rent. Those are people who are getting Section 8, that part, that section. So in all of that, they talk about digital dollar wallets. Before that, before I read that section, they were talking about the money that was going to be issued. So how y'all going to get this money? Y'all gonna probably going to be needing to set up digital dollar wallets. Then the next section of this, after that, temporary moratorium on eviction filings, and it's all about 180 days. So that's why I know we're in this for a long haul. We're in this. This is why you keep getting pushbacks, dates. You guys going to be out to this date. Now they're saying it's further. The kid's not going back to school. So, and it's 6 months after the date they deem the crisis over with. So it's 6 months after that date, starting from the date they say we're out of this problem to 6 months, you got 180 days where none of these people could do anything to you if you can't pay a loan and stuff like that. So you got suspension of other consumer loan payments. Go read this. This will help you in your understanding. They can't repossess cars. They're not doing it now. All right. I actually had to help someone. They got their car repossessed last week, and they wanted $3,000, and then turned out all they had to do was give them $400. Got the car back. That turned out good. All right. Let's take a few phone calls. Let's go to the first caller, 914-920.
Peace.
Peace. What's going on? How you doing?
What's good, brother? I didn't even hit the one, but since you got me on,
they
it
put
must
you
be
first
my
in queue. And you number one.
I didn't even hit the one, but since you got me on the line, peace to the God, and goddesses.
Peace to God. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm actually at work.
Okay. You one of the fortunate ones.
No. Doing exactly what you're talking about, King, because I'm in a little business. I got a little business on the side because I took some time off because the job said don't come to work. So I did exactly what you said. I took it as an opportunity to not go to work because they asked me to.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? All right. Since you don't want me to go, I won't. So I agree 100% with what you're saying as far as, take this as an opportunity, especially if you didn't like your job in the first damn place. If you didn't like your job in the first place, why are you so stressed about going back to something that you ain't like in the first damn place? That sounds like insanity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why cats is going crazy. This is affecting families. I actually had a mini argue with my mom today, and I had to call her back to apologize because this thing got us going all crazy. So she sees what I'm saying. She doesn't 100% agree. So we got a little testy. But, that's mom's. So I had to call her back and tell her I'm sorry and I'm out of line. I apologize like I was supposed to, and we back how we supposed to be. So, but I just wanted to tell everybody, don't lose your mind on this. Akeem is 100% right on this, man. It's like, do what you got to do. Take it as an opportunity to get closer to that family, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing anyway. You're supposed to be helping the family. You know what I mean? Take this as an opportunity. Start that garden. So that way you ain't got to run behind people in Walmart and everything else to, get those vegetables that you're looking for. Start that garden. Start that new business that you were scared of, that you thought you couldn't do, or that you said you didn't have no time for. Now you got time. Start it. See what happens. You may not have. My plan is to not even go back to work. I'm slated to go back to work April 1st. I hope I'm a fool that don't never have to go back. You understand? I hope that means I'm playing a trick on myself, so I don't never have to go back. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope everybody takes this as an opportunity. I appreciate what you do, Akeem. I'm waiting for that private stuff, and let's get this money, man. Because that's how I'm taking it. I'm taking this as an opportunity to get this money. Man. Let's get this money. All the corporations got out the way. I'm trying to fill the void. I'm trying to fill the void of all the corporations that got out the way. That's all I'm saying, man. So, I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate what you do, man. Peace to the gods, and I'm gonna step aside and let somebody else talk.
All right, man. Thanks. Peace.
Peace.
All right. He made a great point. Now I'm reading in the chat, right? Revelations 13:17. He provides that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. Y'all know they assign even a number, which is our Social Security number, right? Let's go right to that. I'm glad Marco brought that up, because I need to break that down to y'all so y'all can really understand. Well, then how do we do business? I've been telling y'all, create those trust. That's how you do business. Now you're not using the mark of the beast now. The one that was given to you. Okay? There it is. It's very simple. It's not complicated. When you really see, I don't operate with my social. I don't use it. And I haven't used it since 2015. 13:17. So that no one can buy or sell who does not have the mark, that is the name of the beast, the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. So you got to use wisdom. Let anyone with understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a person. Its number is 666. Right? Now, you have to use wisdom. You take 6, 6, and 6. All right? Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's do the math. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. That equals the 9-digit number that they gave you. That's why it started off in that scripture and said to you, this calls for wisdom. Let anyone with understanding calculate the number of the beast. So you had to take that number and calculate it and figure out what we're talking about. Everything they do in the government is 9 digits. And if it's short 9, you add zeros to make it 9. in some circumstances. But your socials are all 9 digits. Your EIN's 9 digits. Your trust EIN, 9 digits. So do not use that forehead, the mark of the beast on your forehead. Do not use that number. Now, why do they say forehead? We're looking at for my forehead. Okay, let's look at this thing. 4. What's the definition of 4? Or definition? Situated or placed in front. Okay, let's use head. Separate the words out. Head definition. The upper part of the human body, the front or upper part of the body of an animal, typically separated from the rest of the body by a neck and containing the brain. That's just a regular definition. Oh, give me a moment. Let me go get my Black's Law Dictionary, see if I can pull it out. All right, I'm back. All right, let's see. Head. Now I'm just doing this on the fly, y'all. I haven't prepared this. I'm just glad that it was brought up because it made me want to talk about this. All right, they got head. Chief leading principal. The upper part of principal source of a stream. The principal person or chief of any organization, corporation, or firm. So, when they talking about forehead, you're taking that number, and they always ask for that first. You have to put it ahead of you. It is the chief number that they're going to use to hold you in their jurisdiction. That's why you must get out of her, give back, or don't use that number. Operate out of trust only. And a trust connected to your religious affiliations, your spiritual schools of thoughts. All right? I could go a little deeper, but I'm not, I'm going to save that. I'm going to go deeper another time. He said they chopping me up. Is it better? Is that better? I'll switch over. Hang on. Let me switch over. They chopping me up because I'm breaking it down. All of a sudden, when I start talking about that number. Okay, he said I'm good. All right. Let's go to 702-573.
Hello?
Yes, hello. 702-573.
Yeah,
is that you? How you doing?
Yes, sir, brother. I'm good, brother. Peace to God.
Peace.
Hey, brother, brother, I was listening to you, brother, and I was just overwhelmed what you were saying, the struggle that you was going through. And it just took me, man. I'm going through something similar to that. And brother, and I just need some assistance. I need to get on track, man. I need to start from the basics. Basically, is it? Can I give you my number or something so you can call me, or I call you? So
how people get assistance from me? They go to my website, akiml.com, and they schedule a consultation with me. Go to akiml.com and hit the consultation tab. Okay. That's how that happens. If you want to talk to me on my private time, right now, I can give you assistance, give you some type of advice right now if you need it. If you want to talk about it, got other people's listening. Keep that in mind.
Yes, okay. Because I know the situation for this bushhead disease, but I'm not worried about it. I'll keep myself healthy. Matter of fact, I'm fasting right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a thing where I need to be more certain on some of these process.
Okay, you need to be.
Excuse me.
I'm listening. You said you need to be more. I missed the word that you was using.
Oh, certain. Certain.
Okay, certain. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because I've been studying some information on my nationality for the RV Bay. You know, I know they don't have no remedy. I just get the information, you know, and for my nationality, and I read that redemption thing, and contract off, and I'm getting abreast. I'm getting abreast on everything. You know, I'm just not certain on the UCC, and one
so
and
you
three.
need, you need to, you need, guys. So get a consultation. I can help you with that. Just get a consultation.
Okay.
Because that's a lot to go over right now.
Yeah. I figured that was going to be too much time. I just need you to hear that for me. My name is Damien L. Bay, and I'm get what you said. Akeem L. AkeemL.com. Okay, AkeemL.com. Right. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Peace to God, man. Brother.
All right, peace. All right, let's keep it moving. I also want to add, on my show, I don't promote bashing other entities and their teachings like RV Bay. I don't support that type of stuff, you know. It was a time years ago, you know, we participated in those type of boyish activities. No longer do we do that. All right, let's go to 612-458. 612-458.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I had it
How
on
are you?
speaker. I took it off. I'm good. Thank you. Bless up. And I'm wondering about the with the Declaration of Nationality related to obtaining the non-citizen U.S. national passport. And by the way,
let me correct you there. You mean national, but not a citizen of the United States. That's what I teach here. Yeah, because you mixed a lot of terms when you said it, so I want to be clear that some of those things don't. It's national. Okay. You want to be a national, but not a citizen of the United States. Go ahead.
I was saying non-citizen U.S. national because I thought that's the exact wording on the DS-11 passport app.
Yeah, that's what it says, but that's not what you want to be. Because you got
only
U.S.
on that
in there,
application.
non-citizen U.S. national. You said non-citizen U.S. national, so a U.S. national is a U.S. citizen. It's the same thing. Anytime you put a U.S. in there, it's the U.S. But go ahead.
I remember listening to the call when you called. I don't know who were you talking to. It was a couple minutes long, and it was the lady that you were asking her about, getting the passport and filling the app out. And she had to put you on hold for a little while. Was that like the Secretary of State or something?
Talking about my videos. That was the passport office where they process passports.
The passport office. Like, what state was that in? For it was for like your region, I would presume.
I don't know. I don't know which state I was talking to.
Yeah.
I don't know who I was talking to, where they were at.
I was curious. How long did she put you on hold for? Because I know you cut that part out.
It was like a couple of minutes.
A couple minutes. But maybe I didn't remember it right. But or maybe I'm not saying that just because it was said, if it was said even in that conversation, that it is the what we should be doing. But I definitely want to navigate the difference between the U.S. national versus the non-citizen national, and so when you do the DS-11, do you
I'm not going to answer any
questions
about how. I'm not going to answer any questions about how I do it. If you want to know how I do the DS11, you would have to go to akimel.com, and I got a video there, a webinar that teaches you in detail how to do it and what you're doing. It's right there on my site, akimel.com.
How about in the Declaration of Nationality? What do you think about just doing it as a public notice and publishing it in the paper or something, or putting it at filing at the it into the record at the county deed registrar? Or,
you can do that, but a lot of states are preventing people from doing that. I did that. 3-4 years ago, and now once I did it and I showed other people to do, they closed that door. So you might be able to do it. But it's not enough. It's still not enough, though. You still got to do some other things.
Like what? How much, like, of a percent of what you think we should be doing before we seek the passport? Like, how much?
You need to do the passport first. That's what you need to do. Because the Secretary of State handles all foreign affairs. That should be your number one thing. Getting them to know who you are. That's number one. That's the way I teach it. Number one, you need to do that.
So don't even worry about any kind of declaration of nationality or correction of national status or anything like that. Just
your
go get the
declaration of
passport.
nationality is going to be it's part of that process.
Right. So the first step is the passport.
Yes. For the third time, you saying that? Yes.
Because I first heard about or kind of like tuned into the passport application, from different views with that. I didn't like the dude. He was living in, I guess, Argentina, and he turned out to be kind of like a good old boy or something like that. That guy, Roger
There's a lot
Sale,
of people state citizenship, different types of methods.
What's the first you saw someone getting the passport by checking the non-citizen national?
I don't teach that. You keep saying that. I don't teach that. I don't know anybody who gets a passport like that. I only know people that get it as a national, but not a citizen of the United States.
Yeah.
I recommend you go back and watch all of my videos on that subject and listen to the shows. Get yourself familiar with what I teach. Because what you're bringing me is stuff that you got from different places and, And for the sake of time, I don't have time to go through and break all that down because I got videos that cover that. I have a video that covered that very question about non-citizen nationality. Go watch that video. It breaks it down, what it is and what it isn't.
I was just trying to wonder about like the evolution of like people are seeking a passport, through a different way than the way that they're typically trying to guide us into doing and whatnot.
Brother, that's why I said watch those shows, those videos. Because I show people how to get it the correct way. You're talking to the very man who knows
I ain't even
how to
talking
get
about
it
how to do it. Well, I'm not saying I'm asking how to do it right now on the call. I was just asking you about the history of people, that are in that same endeavor.
I don't mean to sound a little frustrated, but I am frustrated with you right now. I don't care about what other people are doing. I really don't. And I'm not. That's not a question. What's the relevancy of that in this conversation? What they're doing. All I can tell you about is what Hindsight Radio is doing. Akeem L.
Well, I know the brother Jonah Bey has had some influence. Right?
I don't care about what Jonah Bey and anybody else.
And I appreciate you being on here doing this because honestly, I don't think anyone else is doing it, especially to the extent that you are. And I didn't know you were really doing it because I seen the videos that you had on the topic like a year or something ago, but I didn't realize, that you just blew up in the past year. So I tuned in the last 2 months, but I've been a lot going on, and I'll be catching up, as time goes on. I got all your videos downloaded onto a flash drive, so I'm going to be going through them, believe that.
Go through those videos and watch them. I did extensive shows. The reason why I blew up, because I figured out the other ways that people were teaching it, even the name you mentioned it, was not getting people the passport. And I figured out what the problem was and corrected it, and then all of a sudden everybody was getting the passport properly. Although some people would try to take credit like they figured it out, but I got the video that supports who did what and when. So yeah, go back and watch all of that, and you'll see, especially that one the one you talk about, non-citizen nationality. You need to look at that video in particular, because that's where I break down what that is and what it isn't, and what you really need to be looking for.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna be looking at everything a couple more times at the minimum, but that one probably 10 times at least, another 10 times. You know, I've already probably ran through it about 4 times. You know,
because you're saying non-citizen national because you heard that from a particular person, and that's what they were telling you. But when you read the rules, you don't want that. I'll tell you that you don't want that. Because, I mean, even in their statements, they say, you know what that is. Non-citizen national is basically another way of saying you're a U.S. citizen, long and short of it.
Yeah, so I could just not think about that part of the app that gives you the 2 status selections, because we're not selecting neither one of those. We're doing something else.
Brother, you have to get that full video, the passport webinar.
That's what I'm saying.
And that will show you exactly what to do with the application. And what you're supposed to do. See, I'm not giving away no knowledge for free or nothing. I'm just trying to say for everyone's benefit, so that everyone understands that we're not selecting a status off the passport app. We're doing something different. That's what we're working on. I'm clear on what you're saying. I don't think you're clear on what I'm saying. But hey, let me keep it moving. I got to go to the next caller. Well, I knew they were trying to get. All right, 786-391.
Hey, peace to the God, Hakeem.
Peace to God, brother. Oh, wait, everything good.
That was a long one, man. Sorry to, because that buddy, man. Okay, let's. No, we're not going. We don't let it go. Let it go. You know, everybody have their own understanding and their own time to mature in this information. So Hakeem is trying to renew his mind on how he approached things. Right now. So, because right now I can't focus on that. We got more important things. We got opportunity, businesses to create right now. That's what I want to focus on. Right now, what little idiosyncrasies about what this and what's that, unimportant. I already know how to help people with the passport. Right now it's probably hundreds of people under my belt that have it over the last year. That's why I had to shut down the membership, because it was so many people that I realized that I was taking on too much work. So I had to close it down and just keep those people involved. So all those that didn't get me an email about you paying the $1,500 or more, send it to me this week, because we're going to do our first class on Sunday. And I know y'all ain't got nowhere to go because the government made y'all stay home. So I can't say y'all going to church, So Not like they have anything better to do. But about that day, you know that day reduced down to 9 when I did the calculation. Like I was, I sat down and did that. It reduced to 9. Okay.
Which one?
That's interesting.
Which day?
The date. For the first class.
Really? I didn't even know that. I
didn't even know man.
That. I just picked that day. I just picked it.
Hey, bro, it's if you do it yourself, you see it reduces down to 9. And another funny thing about it is the date of my termination for my job, I done the calculation on that, and it reduced down to 6. So I was like, okay. So 6.
All right.
Then 9.
Wow.
Like, okay.
I didn't even.
Okay.
Look at it that way. I didn't realize that, but first day. And usually I would have done it during the week, but I said Sunday. Let's do Sunday. Boom. But y'all gonna love it. Y'all see the class, so be ready. I haven't sent the email. I'm gonna send the email out tomorrow, because first I need to send out another email, make sure I captured everybody and put them in the membership. Then so I got a lot of work to do this week, and then then send the email out with the invitation and the code to get in.
So be ready when I give y'all this stuff. Y'all gonna have some chores to do, and y'all can't say y'all ain't got time now.
It's here to do it and go.
The time is perfect. This is just so perfect the way things are working out. I got your attention now. Everybody that trusted me, I got your attention. Now we can elevate, and by the time we come out of this, we ready. We can be moving. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Another thing, Brother Marco, he put that Revelation 3:17. That one reduced to 3.
13:17.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
That comes 4, 5, 12. Yeah. 3. You're right.
Yeah. So 3, 6, 9. So that tells me I'm in the right spot. So right now I'm for this.
Go ahead. Even the virus comes down to let it come down to 8. 2. The word virus reduces down to 8.
To 8. Damn.
Mm-hmm. When you do the code.
Wow.
I figured that out after I did the video. Yeah.
Wow.
It comes out.
Let me put that in there. Cause I don't know, man.
Virus.
We have spiritual forces working in the background, and it is showing us through numbers what's really going on.
Right. I just broke down 666 for y'all. It was like, what's this deal?
Yep,
Everybody was trying to figure it out.
right
The
there.
Bible just told you, calculate. Use wisdom. And simply, I just showed you through calculations what that reduced down to. Just simple.
Yep.
And I have to thank the mastermind, God himself, to give me those, to give me that understanding, that overstanding.
Everything's going. Yep.
Right.
All right, bro. So I'll be there early once you start the class.
Okay.
So right now I'm just pulling back on everything because I figured that it's that trust. You need to get that set up first. For some reason,
yes.
I feel that's
now,
the key before you do anything.
Oh, it's crazy. I'm getting emails from all the gurus now. Oh, let's set up a trust. This is the time to do the trust. Because I'm on other people's mailing lists, because I keep abreast of what's going on, just kind of see what's going on. Yeah, get the trust, do this. And I've been saying it for, I don't know how long.
A good minute.
Now, right. Do the trust. Do it properly. Now, we've talked about trust a lot of times on the show, but not properly. The way to do it correctly. So, all right, Jamie, appreciate you.
All right, thanks.
All right, peace. All right, let's go on. 919-492. Wow, everybody's hands up tonight. Y'all making me do a 3-hour show tonight. What's going on?
King.
Peace. What's going on,
bro?
You all right?
Yo, I'm wonderful. Yo, the show off the chain.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Man, always off the chain. But listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, and I can tell you something else. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I seen the change because not mean to bring it up, but listen, the last other dude that was on. Man, I remember you would cuss that man out so bad. Lord have mercy. Listen, your patience have grown. Bro, I seen it, bro. I'm just saying, bro, you know how, listen, we don't understand that, listen, the things we do, somebody always paying attention. But, bro, I remember you would have cussed that man out so bad. But, listen, you were patient with him. I mean, not bringing it up or nothing like that,
I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying I seen the change in you over time where I swear, bro, this my word.
I'm glad some people recognizing it. Yeah, I can't go in a way. I can't continue that action and move y'all forward. So I have to, overlook some things. That's all.
Yeah, I understand that, bro. But listen, great show. You already know, bro. You already know.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
But listen,
I'll see you. You be there on Sunday? You gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
I'll see you there, right?
Hey, listen, let me ask you a question though. From the comments I've heard in the last couple of shows, right? Listen, let me ask you a question. the beginning stuff like we did from the beginning, the authentication of the birth certificate, or the what's the other thing we did? The
non-UCC.
No, not that. I know we.
The injunction. Yeah, I still support the injunction. But
what I'm saying is this. No, what I'm saying is this. Listen, I see that really from now that you branched off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really now in the last probably month, you got a lot of new people who don't. They want to learn from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So listen, I want to create a forum under your supervision, of course, that gives them the beginning, the basics from the start, because I know you don't got time to do it. You moving forward. I mean, listen, I want to move forward along with you, but I think I still got time to go back and give the people who, and then it won't be, listen, if that happened, the people that listen to you, they'll listen to me, teaching them to get to where we at as far as the what we doing with the passport. Because a lot of people, they ain't even, they asking you questions about the passport, but they really don't even know nothing about the authentication.
Right.
Because we only really been talking about the passport. So they thinking, oh, I can just get my passport, bam. You know what I'm saying? But they don't really know nothing about the beginning. And like you said, the history about it, because you always start a seminar with Pitchfork Jim Tillman to teach the people how it all started. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know about that. They just listen to the show and they just jump on where they start from listening. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know that it's a lot to come before this. You feel what I'm saying?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I don't mind you doing that. You're not stepping on my toes at all, brother.
You my man. But I see it's a need for that. You know what I'm saying? It won't cause so many problems with you. They'll just sit back and listen instead of asking you the crazy questions where, you know what I'm saying, they don't really understand. We just bring them to understanding to get, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, I'll say this. Birth certificate authentication is necessary.
Right.
But what I see more so, because you can get the passport as a national without an authenticated birth certificate.
Right.
See, what I've been doing is, do the passport first and then go authenticate, then go do all those other things. Get your status. Now I'm saying do your power of attorney first, passport. I'm putting, now I'm seeing the order of things.
Right.
I
understand. You learning more as you go through, because
I'm still learning.
What's more powerful, you put first and back everything else up.
Why I see that the injunction, you mentioned injunction, is important, but over the years they've been violating that injunction.
Listen, boy, do I know.
Right. So, okay, now we need something else. So you do the passport, and I think one of the reasons not to be go into detail about you, why they've been taking so long to mess with you is because you did the passport. Right. You change, and they come talk to this, and they plan because they don't want to let you know that your position unless you show them your position.
Right. Exactly.
So, right. So that's why I'm seeing what needs to go first. Authenticating the birth certificate takes about 6 weeks on average, right?
Right.
A passport takes about 10 days. POA, couple of days. You understand what I'm saying? Those are things you could do right now. Boom, boom, boom.
Man, listen, I haven't got mine back yet, my POA.
Right. It might be a little slow now because of what's going on. But it'll get filed.
I sent it out February 20th.
You can go and check. You can go check to see if it's filed. A lot of times people who didn't get it back because they didn't send it back, but you can go and see if it's filed on the record. You could go and see if they recorded it.
Yeah, I did it last week.
Before you get it. Yeah, it wasn't recorded yet. Are they still open? Can you call
them? Maybe I'll try. I'll try tomorrow.
Yeah. So, give them a call. See what's happening. All right. Yeah. But, I mean, let's talk about that off air, what you want to do.
Sure. I just want to put a bird. But, great show, man. Always great.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, peace.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, let's go to 484-695.
Good evening and peace to you. How are you?
Well, good evening. Peace to you, too. I'm doing great.
Demetrius.
Wonderful. I feel terrific.
Yeah. Good. Like our last call was just saying, appreciate how you handled the other caller. And, yeah, did notice that. And you handled it pretty well. Most people fly off the hand. So that was pretty good. In my opinion.
I got it. If I'm gonna deal with all walks of life, I gotta work through all those things. Those are simple things, Can't let people move you like that.
It makes you better for noticing. Try to help people notice different things that go on that may set them off, or little nuances. Everyone's different. Let me just leave it at that. Everyone is different and handles things differently.
Right.
That's that.
Right.
I last spoke to you down in seminar in North Carolina, and right beforehand we did our national passport consultation. I don't want to go over nuances because I know you don't want to.
I know who I'm talking to now. Hey, what's going on?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I mentioned to you because I didn't write it down in my notes. The name on my Social Security card and birth certificate are different as far as giving middle names.
Right. Okay.
Does that make a difference in doing a passport?
Really. When they ask you for the other names that you're using now, the names that are different, are they legally changed? What is it legally now? What it was?
No.
You got to give them the name.
Legally.
Okay. So.
Forgive me. Go ahead.
You got to give them the name that it legally is, basically the name on that birth certificate.
Okay.
That you can prove that that's who you are. Now, if you wouldn't change your name somehow in the court, then you got to give them that name. Plus,
none
the
of
name
that. Maybe it was accidentally refilling out a Social Security card or something like that. That's all I can think of. That is the only way it would.
Your Social Security card name
done.
Is different from your birth certificate name.
That is what I'm saying. Yes, just spellings. Instead of two middle names, just one.
Got it. So there was an error in that. So just you'd have to give them the name on the social plus the name on the birth certificate. So write all those down. So give them the name how you want them to call you based on, I would assume it's what your birth certificate says, right?
I believe
and the Social Security is what's wrong. That card is wrong.
That's what I believe right now at this point. I haven't looked at it in a few days. It might be vice versa. It's only one of those
whatever you think is right, use that name that you want displayed on the card. And then when they ask you what other names that you use, write that in the other name spot. That's all. They'll know who you are. Listen, man, they know everything. Once you submit that application, they do that facial recognition, they're going to see every name that you've been using. So even some of them aliases that people are using, and if you've gotten in trouble with the law, they log those aliases in. So just be mindful of that. So that's how you apply. You got it? Did I make that clear?
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
My only other concern that I have going on is that my email is full. So I'd like to change my email for the private membership, or it's not something you're looking for, I guess.
Send me, okay, this is what I want you to do. Send me the receipt of our transaction, and then send me the email you want to use in that same email. All right?
I will do that in the morning.
All right. Okay. All right, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right, 314-282. 314-282. Peace, prosperity, health, wealth.
Peace to the gods. What's going on, man?
Not much, man.
Can you hear me?
Not much.
All right.
I can hear you. I got you. I hear you.
All right. Hey, you know what, man? When I logged in, I had logged into the chat first. and I asked a couple questions, and they never got answers. I'm like, damn, I never heard from Akeem on there. So I'm like, damn, what's going on? So I'm under the impression, man, that all my stuff that I'm asking you, man, has been routed to somewhere else, man. I don't know, man. Ever since
what was the question?
I don't remember what I asked, man. It was like off the fly.
What was the name? What was the name?
What was the name about what?
What was the name you used in the chat?
Oh, Jump Ship.
Nah, you ain't in here, bro. At all. Not in this chat.
I'm in there now. Am I in there now? But
I see Jump Ship 2 joined the conversation, then left. But I don't see your question.
Right, exactly.
Not one question is in here.
Exactly.
Not one, bro.
That's what I'm getting at. Ever since
I see you. Yeah, I see you. I see you in here. I see you in here going in and out. It's saying you left, you joined, you left, you joined. And your name's not on the left side for some reason. Like I can see everybody's in there, but your name's not on the left side. But I see where you're in. It's right now. It's showing that you're not in the conversation.
Right. Like I'm saying, ever since that day we was talking about the POA, my internet been fucked up, and me getting on the internet has been fucked up. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with it. It's been all crazy. But I ain't really got nothing to ask right now because I asked all my questions in the chat. So I'm just.
I didn't see them, so I can't answer them. I don't know what you said.
Exactly. So peace. Let somebody else get in there. I'm just saying something else going on. I don't know. Can't understand
something going on because you there, but it doesn't show your questions. I see your name, but it doesn't show your questions at all.
We'll get at it. Am I right with you?
Okay. All right, bro.
Out.
All right. Peace. All right. 9:13. I hope I help some people with what they're going to do in this time of extraordinary time, this storm. You know, we're going to have to show ourselves that we can walk on water right now. We can do it. Somebody put their hand up, I think. Let's see. What am I going to leave you with? What am I going to leave you with? You know I got to leave y'all with some Reverend. Let's see. All right. Oh, I'll leave you with what I had started the show off with. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thursday, we got the Divine Connection show with Jessica and Tasia. Look forward to that. And I saw that my son posted his show for this coming Friday. You know, welcome back after his long vacation. He was doing this thing. I don't know. So he posted his show. So he must have something extraordinary to say. Show some support. Thursday, Divine Connection, Freedom Fridays with Akeem L. Jr. this coming Friday. And for all you private members, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace.